Hi. Okay, today we are going to work on a stitch that is a little bit tricky, but it's in our Libra one color brioche hat that we're going to make, so I want to show it to you. It's called a Brioche 4-stitch decrease, and I would suggest that you watch this video through and then I cast on 16 stitches so I can do 2 of those decreases for you, but then cast on whatever you want and then repeat this video and watch it through and stop it as you need it to go through. Make notes if you have to. You're going to need a stitch marker as you do this. So in order to do the brioche, I'm going to knit my first stitch because this is just a practice stitch, and I'm going to slip my first cuff. Now, when we do this brioche 4-stitch decrease, we want to use 5 stitches, and that will entail using a brioche stitch, a cuffed stitch, a brioche stitch, a cuffed stitch, and a brioche stitch. So those are the 5 stitches that we're going to be working over. So in order to do that, I'm sorry, there we go. I have to have notes to do this, so you're welcome to do notes. The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this yarn is in front before I slip this cuff. And then we're going to ignore these for now. And what I want to do is I want to slip that first brioche stitch to my right hand needle, and then I want to slip the next cuffed stitch to my right hand needle. So we are going to leave those on there for now, but remember you're going to work with them as we go forward. We're going to be working back and forth. So after you've slipped those 2 stitches, one is a brioche with the double yarn and one is just the cuffed stitch with the single, you'll come to another brioche stitch. I want you to take your stitch marker and put those 2 pieces on that stitch marker and leave them in the front. So you're going to notice your yarn is clear over here. But what we want to do is we have a cuffed stitch right here. We want to go ahead and just knit that stitch. Okay? Now it's on our right needle, but we want to slip that okay, we want to leave that there, but what we want to do is we want to find that cuffed stitch, and we want to move that cuffed stitch and slip it over like that. Okay, so we've slipped one. The stitch that we knit has been slipped, had a cuff slipped over it. We're going to put it back on our left hand needle, and we're going to take our double brioche yarn and slip it over there. Okay? Then we're going to move this back, and we're going to slip our single stitch over. And before we move this back, we want to take those yarns on our stitch marker and put them back up there on the left hand needle. We're going to slip the knit stitch that we've been working with back onto our left hand needle, take those double yarns and slip it off our needle, keeping that stitch there, and you can kind of see we've kept everything in line. So we're going to put that stitch back because that one has been knit. Okay, let's do it again. It is a little tricky. Again, I'm going to move my yarn to the front between my needles, slip that cuffed stitch, and then I want to remember these are the 5 stitches I want to work with. We have a brioche, a cuff, a brioche, a cuff, and a brioche. Okay, So first of all, we're going to slip that first brioche to the right hand needle, slip the cuff to the next hand needle. Take our stitch marker and catch the next brioche stitch, take it off of our needle and let it lay in the front. Okay? So once we have marked that, we want to knit the cuffed stitch from our left hand needle. And then we're going to take our one stitch and slip it over, move that stitch back. I want to tighten it up just a little bit. And we're going to take our two stitches and move it over, and then move that stitch back. And we want to take our brioche stitch again and slip it over that stitch. I've split my yarn. Let me catch it. There we go. Now before we do anything else, once we've done our back and forth, we go ahead and want to take the brioche that we put on our stitch marker, and we want to put it back on top, both yarns back on top of our needle, and you can remove your stitch marker. Okay, we're going to move the right hand stitch back. That's the one we've been pretty much casting things over. We want to take this and roll it over again, and then we're going to put this back on our right hand needle, and you can see we've kept our definition there. So then the next thing you need to do is just pull your yarn forward, slip, and then knit to the end. So I would suggest that you practice this quite a bit, and if you have to put stitch markers so that you remember where your 5 stitches are, go ahead and do that. It doesn't hurt anything. You can use these opening stitch markers to just put before and after your 5 stitches that you're going to decrease, so that you remember that's as far as you slip back and forth. But you're basically knitting one stitch, moving it, slipping stuff over it, moving it, slipping the next one over it, and moving it. So again, you're welcome to go ahead and watch this video again. And practice. Just practice it until you get comfortable with it, until you can do it in your sleep. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a very short video, but it shows you how to do that stitch. And we're going to need this when we do our hat. Okay, I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.